Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They begin here with a run by Andrews. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in prime time is on you.
On the ground, Andrews again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Panthers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
Those are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Etienne to start the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On play action, Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now Andrews. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort. And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. To throw on 2nd and 6. Corral. He'll let this go for the end zone. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass. On 3rd down, here's Corral. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll run for it with Andrews. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done. Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run again here with Andrews. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Corral. Toward the sideline. He will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. They'll run it with Andrews. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line. Here's Andrews. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away. And his kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Second and 5 now. Lawrence. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. It really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. ETN once more. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
He's got a man complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
He's got a man complete. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 69 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. A give to Etienne running right. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Andrews. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Andrews. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 8. Switching it up. Corral going to throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for him.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games. And his job is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action with Lawrence. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run the counter. It's Andrews, and he'll take this one down to the 36. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. On third down, Corral. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. First down, here's Corral with it. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, it's Andrews. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a first carry for their fullback. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
On 2nd and 7, Corral. Touchdown! DJ Moore, 32 yards. And the Panthers have opened the lead up to 30. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights and just...
And this is going to be intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes a pick. And the Jags are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off. That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down now. It's Andrews, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On 1st down, it's Andrews, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Andrews. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. On second down, it's Andrews. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And my goodness, another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Andrews, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Play action here, Corral.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tanner Conner, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Panthers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
A try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now here is another interception.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
On second down now, it's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Fakes the handoff. Now Corral to throw it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it, and they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with it.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On second down, it's Andrews. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
117 yards on the ground for him so far.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Corral from the gun on 3rd down.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. On 1st down, Andrews. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and score. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches...
And now here's another interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Andrews, and this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down. It's Andrews, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to have it here just past the 25. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed